What is up, all my beautiful YouTube family? Welcome back to the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. This week, it's raining, it's cold, it's snowing, it's sleeting, but I'm going to warm you up with a little bit of motorcycle content, just what you've been waiting for. Stick around, stay tuned, and let's roll to that intro. Get in a car like this and smile, there's something wrong with you. Again, fam, welcome back to the channel. I'm glad each and every one of you decided to stop back by again on the second week of January. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you stopped back by. This is the Bad LSX Garage YouTube channel. I call this the garage, or sometimes the compound. It depends on if I'm actually in here or not, is when it's called the compound. If this is your first time stopping by, well, let me say welcome. I'm glad that you're here. If you don't know what we do, well, stick around, watch a few videos. You'll see every Friday at high noon, I put out a long form video. Long form videos consist of cars, trucks, motorcycles. It's mostly motorcycle, to be honest. Unboxings, reviews, how-tos, vacations, you name it, it gets done right here. And I also do shorts, daily shorts at that. And my shorts are political, they could be controversial. I call them more of a reaction short, if you will. So I do a wide variety of things. I know a lot of content creators make several different channels for their several different personalities. I don't do that. You get it all in one. If you're looking for motorcycle content, hang around, it'll be here. If you're looking for cars, trucks, whatever, it'll all be here. That's just what we do. But regardless, if you like what you see, go down there and hit that subscribe button. I'd love to have you. I had a comment recently that said Harley riders are never satisfied. You paid all this money for this motorcycle and all you've said is negative things about it. And that's not true. This bike is an awesome machine. It just had some quirks to it that I necessarily didn't like. And if you own a motorcycle, and apparently and obviously this person did not, because if they did, they would totally understand that customization is part of a Harley Davidson. You make the bike to you. You specify it to your needs and the way you want it. From the windshield to the tour pack to the backrests to the lighting, even down to the way the clutch feels. And today that's what we're going to talk about, is the clutch. If you own one of these 24 road glides or street glides, the new model design, you know that they're awesome machines. In my honest opinion, it's probably one of the best Harleys that's came out of the showroom in a while. They're fast, they're nimble, they're just an all-around good bike. Yes, you're going to have to customize it to yourself, what you like, but other than that, I mean, that's just normal if you're a normal person anyway. But the clutch, however, leaves a little bit to be desired. And it's not down here, it's up here at the lever. One would think that these new bikes would actually be hydraulic clutch, but it's not, it's cable. In fact, my 2011 Street Glide is a cable clutch. In 2014, they changed from a cable clutch to a hydraulic clutch. In 2021, they changed back from hydraulic to the cable. So this does have a cable clutch on it, but there's not room really for much adjustment. You can adjust it. There is a little spring in there with a clip. You can pull that clip, mash that spring together, and push that clip back in, and that gives you a little bit of adjustment. But from what I have found out and what I have personally seen, about 30 minutes down the road and you're right back to no clutch. When I say no clutch, I'm figuratively speaking. You can literally sneeze and the clutch is already engaged. That's how close to the grip the movement is, and I don't like that. If you like to do slow speed maneuvers like I do, you can't really do anything. You can't really find a sweet spot because there isn't a sweet spot. Now this clutch feels soft, hard, spongy, all at the same time, and how that's possible, I have no clue. And here recently, I actually thought I had a dead battery. Come to find out, it wasn't the battery at all. It's because the clutch wasn't releasing. Once I put the bike in neutral and hit the switch, the bike fired right up. But as soon as I shut the bike off, put the bike back in gear and pulled the clutch lever, it wouldn't start. So that tells me there that the clutch definitely needs an adjustment more than what the factory can offer. And today we're going to install an easy clutch adjuster from Fatbaggers. This is not a sponsored video, but I will tell you that I did go to lawabidingbiker.com and picked up this easy fatbaggers clutch adjuster. And the reason I've done that was, one, I'd like to support other content creators. It helps everybody out. It's a small community. Plus, Law Abiding Biker was a little bit cheaper than Fatbaggers was. I don't know how that works, but it works. So that's why I picked it up from them. Now, when I got the kit here, it's just a small bag, comes with the kit and comes with the instructions. If you see right here, you have a QR code. You scan that, it pulls up full detailed instructions with color, and you can walk through it very easily. Law Abiding Biker also has a detailed video out there about how to do this as well. So there's no mishaps, mistakes. It's all right there, right in front of you. So there's no miscommunication or misunderstanding. There should be no reason at all today whatsoever while installing this easy adjuster that you have to get into that derby cover. None. You should not be there, so stay away from it. If that's an issue, you're thinking that in your mind, get it out of your mind. The only side that you should be on is this high side right here where the cable's at. Now obviously, if you have the fairing extensions, you're going to have to take those off. Once you get those off, the cable will be laid down the frame. You have to pull it out of that little bracket in order to get to that adjuster. Now, you will have to cut that adjuster apart in order to get this easy Fatbaggers adjuster in there. That's the only thing you should have to do. And this will be the only adjustment that you will need. Now, obviously, as you get more miles on the bike and it breaks in and all of that, you'll have to take it to the dealership or you'll have to do it yourself, the clutch adjustment over near the derby cover. But right now only, this will be the only adjustment that you will need. First things first, you want to remove this black cable from the clip that's on the frame. Once you get it snapped out of the place, then you need to go to the bottom, and there's also a clip down here. Just grab the top of the cable and give it a good little jerk, and that clip will disengage from the frame. Stick it off to the side because you will reuse it later. Next is pull this little sleeve up. You have to get it up out of the way so you can get to this spring and the actual clip or adjuster. Now, this is where the fun part comes in. You're going to have to take some kind of cutters, some kind of needle nose pliers, whatever you have, and then start cutting away at this black piece. It's going to take a little time. Don't get in no major hurry. Don't try to go crazy. Cut a little bit and check. You don't want to end up cutting your cable. Once that's into a million pieces, now here comes the fun part. We need to loosen these two cables from each other. Obviously, this is the upper cable that goes to the lever, and this is the lower cable that comes from the transmission, and they connect right here at this little yellow piece. Now, in order to get these two apart, you'll need a pick and or some kind of like dental tool. And if you pull this up with this little window, you can see at the end of this cable is a little ball, and at the end of this top cable is a little ball. We need to remove this bottom cable. So in order to do that, we need to pull that ball away from that bracket so we can pull this whole piece apart as one assembly. If you're planning on doing this, make sure to have that dental pick, because if not, you're not going to be able to get this loose. And as you can see, this is what I was trying to tell you. This piece right here connects this ball, the top lever, to the bottom ball, which is the transmission side. You have to remove that bottom ball. Now we're ready for reassembly. But first, nobody talks about this spring. Well, we no longer need it, so discard it. Throw it away, put it in your junk pile, whatever. Now we're ready to install the Fatbaggers Easy Adjustable. But first thing you want to do is remove this O-ring that's around it. Stick it off to the side, don't lose it, because we will be adding it back here shortly. Now we want to add the adjuster to the cable. This fat side will go up around this side. Now obviously there's not a lot of room there, guys. This is bigger. So the way you got to do it is put it in an angle and slide it back up towards the top like so. See how that worked? And then just push this up on there like that. Now put your O-ring back on. Now we're ready to put everything back together, and it's just reverse procedure. Obviously, we have to take our clutch lever cable and get it connected back to our transmission cable. So how did we do that before? Well, it was connected right here in this little yellow juncture right here. The two balls that was on each cable have to connect back together in this hook in this little yellow tube. Now that everything is assembled, and before we actually adjust our clutch, you want to take your little clip that you removed earlier from the bottom and snap it back into place. If you've ever adjusted a clutch cable before, you know what to do. At this point, we're ready. All we have to do is adjust it just like a normal clutch. Now, it does have little flat spots in it to where you can put a wrench on here, but for the most part, it feels like you can turn it by hand. Now, up here, and I've already got the tape measure out so we can check it out. From what I've seen, this is at its loosest point right now. It's not even tight, it's just put together. I'm at a 1/2 inch right here of play, and I want to get it at least 1/8 to 1/4. Quarter being probably the most that I want to go with it without breaking into that anyway, and we don't want to mess with that. So what you need to do is adjust that. Obviously, when you run this down over here, it's going to get tighter, and that's going to make your clutch feel a little tighter. Fresh install in just a couple of rounds, and it's almost perfect. Now I can go just a little more, and I will go just a little more, but that already feels 100% better than what it was. And obviously I can't get the bike out and ride it right now because we're in the middle of a snowstorm, but I'll get it checked out. But what we can do after I get it reassembled is we'll start the bike and actually see where the friction zone's at. Before, and guys, I'm dead nuts serious, the friction zone was literally about right there. That's the best that I could get it, and that's after 2 adjustments. One the dealership done, and the other one I done. And like I said, about 30 miles, 30 minutes, whatever, that's what it would go back to. So it was not good enough for me. So hopefully, now that we got full range, full adjustment from Fatbaggers, the easy adjuster, that will take care of the problem. Can be adjusted just a smidge, but a lot better. Oh yeah, a lot better. I miss you, old girl, I miss you. Fatbaggers Easy Adjustable Clutch Kit. You need to check it out if you have one of these 24 road glides or street glides, the new model design, especially if you don't like the way your clutch feels. It definitely changed it big time. Now, obviously, I'm not going to tell a whole lot until I get it out on the road and really fine tune it to my needs. But from right here in the garage, the friction zone already feels 100% better. I didn't have a friction zone before. It's hard to do slow speed maneuvers when just as soon as you sneeze or just as soon as you move, it's already gone. So definitely feels a lot better on that part. I got mine, like I said, from Law Abiding Biker. I don't care where you get yours, just get it. And I'm not even sponsored by them. Anyways, fam, that's all I've got for you for this week's video. Until next week, what are we going to do? Where are we going to go? How? I don't know, but we will figure it out. Hopefully, I don't know. We may be out in the yard doing snow angels for all I know if it keeps this up. Anyways, fam, you ready? Let's do this. Peace. I'm out.